are joined by the head football coach at the University of Houston, coming off their win at TCU in Fort Worth. Willie Fritz, good friend of the show. We've had Willie on when he was hired, also at Big 12 Media Days and other times, even when he was at Tulane. Look at that big smile on your face, man. Winning the game winning the game will do that to you, won't it?
Oh, it will. You know, we'd had a couple tough ball games, and you know, the kids really responded well, played well offensively. We've been struggling a little bit on that side of the ball, and defensively played well also. So it was a good win to send us into a bye week.
It's got that bye-week rasp in your voice, too. I can hear it.
I was yelling a little bit this morning. We practice in the mornings, and, you know, I usually have I'm able to project my voice, but we did not have that working this morning. So I had to do the old-fashioned yelling. So yeah. I'm a little hoarse.
Well, Coach, you made the decision to change quarterbacks, which is one of the most difficult things that you can do at any time when it's not about an injury. You know, when you just have to change, and it's probably for any position difficult, but especially the quarterback, because that's the leader of the offense. That's the guy that everybody's looking to. And Zion Chris stepped up really, really well for you. How gut-wrenching is that decision when you have to make it, because you have guys that are working hard and it's just not going their way?
Well, you know, it's tough, especially when you're dealing with really good young men. And, you know, the quarterback position, we have that all the way across the board. You know, but we wanted to, you know, we kind of done some things with Donovan, and he'd done some good things. And like I've said many times before, the quarterback gets too much credit when things go well, and gets too much blame when things don't go well. But early in the ball game, Friday night, I thought everybody was doing their 111th. We weren't playing perfect, but we played well. I thought Coach Barbay did a good job of calling the game, especially early, to get Zion, you know, in rhythm. And he threw the ball very accurately Friday night. And he also had a couple of huge runs, had a big 71-yard touchdown run right before halftime. And then, you know, he started cramping up in the fourth quarter. And, you know, we put Donovan in, and he jumped in there and led us on a 7.5-minute drive to kick a field goal and really put the game out of reach. So he was ready when his number was called. So that's what you want to see out of your guys, all of them, not just the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool, the way that ended up working out, where both guys had such a big impact. That was really neat, and had to feel good, I would think, for the entire team and program as well. One thing that's been very consistent for you guys this year is your defense. When did you have kind of an idea that you could be pretty good defensively? Why do you think you've been so good defensively?
You know, we got some depth. We're able to roll some guys on the front. Keith Cooper is playing extremely well as a defensive end. Anthony Holmes inside. Carlos Allen. We probably play, I'm looking at my depth chart right up here in front. We play about 10 guys on the defensive line. And we've had a few injuries, and you know, that hasn't, you know, really hurt us too much because of the depth that we have. And then linebackers, Michael Batten, number 44 for us, really playing well. Seems to be getting better every week. We're able to play 3-4 guys in linebacker position, and then we're playing you know, 6-7 guys on the back end and secondary. AJ Halsey was Big 12 player of the week. I think he got some national recognition defensively as well, and he had 2 big interceptions for us, and I think 7 tackles as well. So you know, we just are able to rotate some guys, and we got some talent over there as well.
You know, even in a game that you didn't win, one thing I noticed is you ran the ball. You're running the ball well. Not only is your defense making plays, but you guys are putting up some numbers in the run game too.
Well, we weren't running the ball very well at the beginning of the season, and we really made a concerted effort to make sure that part of the game improved. I just think it opens up everything offensively for you when you run the ball effectively. And we've done that a little bit the last couple of weeks, not nearly as well as we'd like to. We still got to improve in that area, but if you get bodies on bodies and you get some creases, you know, and you got good backs, and I think we got good backs. Stacy Snead, Rayshawn Sanford, we got a big freshman back, Jamarian Burnett. You know, those guys are good backs, and if we get bodies on bodies, they got a chance to make people miss or run through arm tackles, and and they did some of that last Friday night, and then also the quarterback run. When you get the quarterback running, it gets you the ability to play 11-on-11 football, and both Zion and Donovan are very good runners.
Willie Fritz, Houston football coach, with us on 365 Sports. You mentioned, and Paul brought up the fact you made that change, and then you mentioned what Donovan did. For that to happen when he's lost his job, your kicker comes back after not being able to keep what he was doing. He comes back, kicks 3 field goals for you. What is that like for everybody else, knowing that if you're given the chance, even if maybe you're in a slump, you have a chance to help this football team?
Well, it's a great lesson to learn. I just, they asked me after the game about Donovan, why he was successful. It was because he handled it the right way. He didn't act like a baby or pout about it. He was a very loyal teammate. He's a great young man. And, when his number was called, he was ready to go. And same thing with Jack Martin, our kicker. He kind of struggled a little bit, and Joseph Kim kind of beat him out for that spot. And Joseph struggled, and Jack got the opportunity, and he cashed it in with 3 for 3 on field goals, and very happy that he was able to come back as well and did a good job with his kickoffs. But that's what you hope guys do. I always tell everybody, you're going to get another opportunity at some point in time. The question is, are you going to be ready when it comes?
Coach, culture is big, and you can't, sometimes you can set it from the top and it works, right? You can water the plants and they grow. Sometimes you can do everything you can and it doesn't. How much of that, though, do you kind of maybe even build in recruiting when you are talking to kids and going, I feel like this guy gets it, and that we're not going to have to, deal with him getting his feelings hurt too much, or, going his own way?
There's 2 parts of being a great recruiter. One is being a talent evaluator. Some guys are really good at that. Some guys, I've seen us miss on some guys before, or I took a guy when a coach didn't think he could play, and he ended up being a great player for us. So talent evaluation. The other part that's so critical that you're touching upon is being an information gatherer, and finding out everything about the young man that you need to know, and sometimes how he fights through adversity, or he doesn't fight through adversity, and what kind of work habits does he have? And most of the time, if you dig deep enough, you're going to find out what's going on. We want to find guys that are going to fit in with us, on the field, off the field, in the classroom. And if they got a weakness someplace, we'd really like to know about it ahead of time, and not take that guy. He's probably not going to work in our program. And I've done a lot of had a lot of conversations with NFL teams about this. I got a lot of former players, former coaches who are at that level, and they when they scout, they're very detailed. We want to be very detailed as well, because I really feel like when you bring a guy into your program, you want to develop that guy over a period of time, and not just reshuffle the deck like a lot of people are doing nowadays. So that's very, very important to find guys that are going to fit in your program.
We talked to you in Las Vegas at Big 12 Media Days, and I think I asked about just, impressions going into the Big 12, and, what that looked like on your end. Having 3 games under your belt now, just what are kind of your early impressions of the conference, and I guess what you've taken away from maybe what you've seen, who you played?
Very well coached. It's, a little bigger and longer than, what I've been used to in the American Athletic Conference, which is a great conference. But you got big guys on the offensive line, defensive line. Everybody plays a little bit of big boy football. They're going to run it at you. But very well coached and good teams. And, for us, I've told our guys, there's been some teams I've had where I've been able to roll the ball out, and maybe we didn't play as well as we were capable of playing. We were going to win. That's not going to be the case this year. We got to play well. We got to play well offense, defense, kicking game. We got to play complementary football. We got to play smart. There's a few games we didn't play smart as what we needed to, and a lot of that's coaching, and you got to have the right guys out there. And I think we're understanding that right now as a team, coaches, players, support staff, whatever it might be. We got to do a great job in all facets of the game, and got to do a great job of preparation, for us to be able to go out there and win ball games.
You are off this week, and then next week is in a lot of ways, a reunion, a homecoming reunion for you because of your for being from the state of Kansas. I know your late father, was a part of the NAIA as the executive director. You're from Shawnee Mission. So and of course played at Pittsburgh State. What will that be like to play that game in your hometown?
Well,
in your home state, excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's actually going to be in Missouri. When you're from Kansas City, you're from Kansas, you're from Missouri.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
first question.
Yeah.
But, I'm getting a lot of people wanting tickets, obviously. I've been, they think I have unlimited tickets. I guess I do. I buy them all. I don't know. It's going to be a good experience. I've been to Arrowhead Stadium many times. It's where Kansas is having to play their games this year because of they're redoing their stadium right now. But it's just another game that we got to play, and they're all exciting. To go to different venues, and I'd played once at TCU Stadium in the Armed Forces Bowl when I was at Tulane, but I certainly had to play a game there when we were going against TCU. So it's neat to go into new venues and see how they do things, and so this will be fun as well, going up there to KCMO and playing in Arrowhead Stadium against Kansas.
All right, since you have extensive experience in Texas and Kansas City, what is the best barbecue? Yeah,
I knew you were going to say that. Obviously I'm in Texas now, so I gotta say Texas. But something that was interesting when I was in college, I worked construction in the summer. Back in the days where everybody had a summer job. It's kind of unique now. But anyway, I worked at Arthur Bryant's.
Oh, there you go.
Kansas City, and I worked there for about 2 weeks. We put in all the windows. We took the windows out and put the windows in. I think they had 49 windows in the whole building. But we ate lunch and dinner every day there at Arthur Bryant's. So I've always kind of been an Arthur Bryant's guy.
Yeah, we visited that place, and
Yeah.
it's special.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the one downtown now, the original.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
Yeah, we'd cover the Big 12 tournament. We would, yeah.
I'm not going to an
Great place.
Arthur Bryant's in the mall.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm going.
They got him at the airport and the mall.
Yeah,
I go to that
absolutely.
one. That's the one I go to.
Yeah.
Coach, you've had success constantly throughout your career. Doesn't mean there aren't some bumps in the road. Have you ever at any time in your career questioned your plan or what you do as a coach?
No, I just think we've done it the right way. I was really fortunate. I had some great role models and mentors when I was playing and early in my career coaching. And, it's just kind of, I always tell this story. Years ago, Don James was at a clinic, and I was there, and he talked about having a plan. And, I always knew I wanted to be a head coach. This is when I was an assistant. And we've kind of, lived and died with the plan. And then the other part, too, and, in this day and age of the portal, NIL, all these other things, you can't lose sight of why you got into coaching. And I think some people are losing sight of that sometime. And if guys skip class, I still run them after practice and things like that. So I haven't given up yet. I still want these guys to get their degree. I want to help them with this transition from 18 to 22 years of age and, win games. You can do it all. You just got to be consistent day after day after day. That's what we attempt to do here. Are we perfect? No, but we try to do that every day.
By the way, happy for Rashawn Sanford and what he's now been able to do. We covered him in high school at Harker Heights, a phenomenal player, had the early injury. Man, can he help that run game, can he?
Yeah, he really can. He had a couple fumbles a few weeks ago, and he's one of those kids that's really important to him. And I had to tell him last week, get back to being the way you are, because he's got a ton of energy, and I think other players feed off it. And he had a great week of preparation last week, and he played great in the game.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you always. Appreciate your time, and good luck moving forward. Enjoy a little bit of a decompression this week, and then go get them in Kansas City. Thanks for your time.
I will. I'll tell the Bells you said hi.
Hey,
All right.
there we go.
Yeah.
Tell Sean. Yep, Sean and
Brian
and the company. That they are a part of that. I saw a video of when Houston scored a touchdown. Sean Bell racing down the sideline at that time, liking, of course, what he saw with the play that was a huge play in that win against TCU.